Hello, everyone. I hope that we've began. Hope everyone's doing well tonight. Welcome to the first online multicultural night. My name is Jacob Goodpipe. I am the SRC president for the 2020-2021 year, and I'm here to host our multicultural night. So today we have a few different performances ready for you from multiple different cultures, including Scotland, India, Ukraine, First Nations, Africa, Southeast Asia, and many more. To start off the night, we have a performance from Scotland, but before that, I'll get into some of the rules about the year, and I'll get into some of the rules about the donations. So for the donations, the first entry is worth $5. Then for $10, you get 3 entries. And then for $20, you receive 8 entries. And for every subsequent $20, you'll receive 10 entries, which is $2 per entry. Yes, as you can see, our mascot, Mr. Graff, is here inviting you all to the multicultural night. So the donation link for the GoFundMe is in our description of the video, and all of the proceeds will be going towards the Regina Open Door Society. Now, for the students of Luther, we have a limited edition draw that all of you entered for those of you who wore jeans to Jean Day, and we'll be announcing the winner of that after our first video. So make sure you guys have your tickets ready and have them ready to go so that you can confirm whether you won. For those of you who do end up winning tonight, we do ask that you message the Luther SRC Instagram account on Instagram and confirm your winnings with a picture of your ticket or a picture of your donation if you won from the donation draws. And with that, well, let's get into the first video of tonight, the Scotland Pavilion.
She competed at a very high level of Highland dancing, and I did Highland dancing until I was 14. It's incredibly dull, as it's intended for what's called the sword dance, which is one of the one of the sort of core dances in Highland dancing. It can be danced by either 1 or 4 people. 4 people, it is called a broadsword, and it's often performed at typical, the broadsword would be performed at events, parties, and celebrations. If you're ever interested in watching some Highland dancing, Regina during non-COVID times always has a Highland Games where you can watch Highland dancing, you can watch men throw things very high into the air in kilts, you can listen to bagpipes, which I know is not everyone's thing, but if you have some inkling of appreciation for bagpipes, that's always a fun place to go. There are drumming groups. Yeah, it's always a fun place to go, so that's somewhere you can check out during this. Today, I am going to be teaching you how to make shortbread. I promise it's simple, and I promise it's easy. Hi everyone, here is your shortbread tutorial. So I have my recipe out here, and I have all of my ingredients set out. So this recipe is pretty simple. It calls for 2 cups of flour, 1 cup or 2 sticks of unsalted butter, half of a cup of castor sugar, and half a teaspoon of salt, and that's all it calls for. If you do not have castor sugar, you can also find it under the label berry sugar, and if you don't have either of those, you can just blend up some regular granulated sugar until it's a bit finer. You don't want to use powdered sugar though. As well, if you get those 2-cup blocks of butter from your local dairy farm or your local Sobeys, that is half of one of those. So then I have my pinch of salt. You always want to make sure to preheat the oven first to 350. Next, you want to take a 9x9 or 8x8 pan, give it a spray with some cooking oil, and that's all you have to do to prep. Alright, so to actually make our shortbread, all you have to do, dump your flour, your sugar, and your butter. I've chopped up my butter a little bit just so it's a little easier for my food processor to handle. Dump the butter in there. You might need to give it a little bit of a helping hand, help get it all out of the bowl. Also, due to the fact that the food processor is being used to cut everything up, your butter does not necessarily have to be room temperature, as you want those pea-sized chunks of butter that gives shortbread its unique flakiness. Then last, add your half teaspoon salt. Then, put your lid on. Plug in your food processor, and you can just pulse it. Checking occasionally for how big the crumbs are. You want pea-sized chunks of butter. Check it, so it's a bit more. Give it one more check. Needs a little bit more. And one tiny bit more. There. That's great. And that is all you have to do to prep your dough. Once your mixture is completely mixed, you want to grab it and dump it into your prepped container. Make sure you get all of the crumbs out. Alright, so now there are two ways that you can tamp it down in your vessel. You can either use your hands, which will warm up the butter a little bit, making it a little bit like slippery to work with. So that is one possibility. That's what I'll be doing. If you don't want to get your hands all covered in flour, you can take just a measuring cup and just pat it down. You want to pat it down pretty tightly. As well, since this recipe does not require any sort of like yeast or leavening agent, it's really easy to switch it out and use something like rice flour or something that's gluten-free. As well, you could use something like margarine if you can't have dairy. You need to roll up the puffy sleeves. When you spend your time tamping it down, you can contemplate all of the different ways that the English just royally messed with the Scottish. For one, they banned the kilt for a good period of time. They banned bagpipes. They banned anything remotely Scottish for a good chunk of years. As well, there are multiple wars between them. They historically have not gotten along. And currently there is political tension, not super dramatic political tension, with talks. There were talks a couple years ago of Scotland splitting from the UK, becoming its own independent country, which at the moment would lead Scotland to rejoin with the EU. So, if you're remotely interested in politics, keep an eye on that. It is all tamped down. I like to take a little bit of just regular granulated sugar and just sprinkle that on top. It allows the top to get a little bit crispy. You carefully want to put your shortbread in the oven for 35 to 30 minutes. I'm gonna put it in for 32. Alright, while our shortbread is in the oven, here's a little bit of a Highland dance crash course. So, Highland dance has many similarities and differences with other types of dances that you may know. For example, the arm and leg positions are very similar to ballet. First, second, third, fourth, fifth. One of the big differences between Highland dance and other types of dance is that everyone competes in the same set dances until you get into a very high level of premiere where you might do the occasional choreo. But overall, when you're on stage, you would be doing the same dance as everyone else. There are alternate steps that you might do. So instead of doing this step, you might do that step. But overall, the judges are looking at everyone doing similar dances. So you might be in the age group intermediate, which you have to be in for 1 year to get into premiere. So you might have intermediates, age 16 to 18, all doing the blue bonnets, which is one dance that you might do. Scottish dancing has an Irish jig, which has different shoes that have sort of clackers on the bottom. We also have a hornpipe, or the sailor's hornpipe, where that's the only one you get to wear pants for, because it was always my favorite. So you'd be wearing pants and you're dressed as a sailor. You should probably wait to cut it after it cools, but I'm impatient. So here's the finished product. Make sure you wait for it to cool. The butter will still be very warm, so it'll still be very, very soft. But once you let it cool, it'll be nice shortbread. Thank you everyone for watching my pavilion on Scotland, learning about swords, learning about Highland dancing, learning how to make shortbread. It's really awesome to have everyone out. Please, if you can, donate to the Open Door Society. It's a great cause, helping people make Canada their new home. As well, again, thank you for all coming out, but I am very excited to take off this corset. Have a nice day.
Thank you to Shannon for that wonderful performance and recipe on how to make shortbread. It certainly looked delicious. And now, as I mentioned earlier, we do have the prizes for those of you who wore jeans to Jean Day. So if you have your ticket that we gave you on the Jean Day, please get it out. But before we do that, I'm going to showcase some of the prizes that we have available for you to win. So, for the prizes, our first prize that we'll be giving out for the Jean Day is here. As you can see, it's filled with tons of goodies, chocolates, and sweets. Each of these baskets is approximately $50 in value, some of them even more than that. So definitely some good stuff here. This is the second basket that we'll be giving out. This basket will be for donations. So if you donate, you will be granted entries for how many you get for however much you donate. More info about how much you receive per donation is in the description of the video. Here is another basket, contains a $15 Tim Hortons gift card plus cookies, chocolates, sweets, and other good stuff like that. Later in the evening, you'll see that we'll have a presentation by the Chinese language sharing language group, and they have prepared a Kahoot for us, and based on how you perform that Kahoot, if you get first place, we will be giving this to you. We also have a basket filled with coffees and other teas and all of that good stuff donated to us by the Allsask Distributors Club, worth $75. This is $75 worth of roasted coffees and other things of that sort. So this one is also available to win for those of you who donate. We also have this one. It contains a $20 Dandies gift card sponsored by Dandies. And it also has a $15 Starbucks gift card as well as other sweets. And we also have these 2 mini prizes that we'll be giving out throughout the night for those of you who donate. So I hope you have your ticket out, because the winning ticket is right here, 11560. If that is your ticket, please take a picture of it and send it to the Luther email. Sorry, not the Luther email, the Luther SRC account. And once you do that, we will start. Once you do that, we can confirm your winning, and we will give you the first prize basket, which is shown here. Now, with that done, we have our next group. India, performing the India group. They will be doing it's by Mia Bhatia, Kushi, and Annika Goyal, and Keaton Mann. They're giving a demonstration on how to make biryani, and it also includes some Indian dances, as well as some of the very important issues that the people in India are currently facing. And just note that after this video, we'll be doing our first donation draw for one of the stuffed animals. So if you'd like to be entered to win that, go and donate in the link in the description now. So with that, let's watch the video.
Hi, I'm Keaton.
I'm Mia.
I'm Kushi.
And I'm Annika. And the country that we're doing for Multicultural Night is India.
India is a very beautiful country, well known for its music, dancing, and especially food. So Annika, what's your favorite Indian dish?
Well, personally, my favorite Indian dish is biryani, which is a mixture of rice, spices, vegetables, and sometimes meat.
Now we're going to show you a video on how to make it.
So for this dish, you'll need some ginger, garlic, onions, and chilies, some vegetables. We used carrots, cauliflower, red bell pepper, potatoes, and peas, 2 cups of rice, a stick of butter, and spices. We used anise seeds, cloves, bay leaves, cinnamon sticks, cardamom, and cumin. First, you're going to add a stick of butter to the pot, wait for it to melt, and then add in the spices. Add in the ginger, garlic, onion, and chilies. Add some salt and then mix. Okay, next we're going to add the veggies and mix it all together. Okay, so we're going to soak 2 cups of rice in 4 cups of water for 10 minutes. Once it's been 10 minutes, drain the rice and add it to the big pot. Add 4 cups of water. Soak some saffron in a cup of milk and add it to the big pot. Mix it all together. Cover the pot and let it cook for 15 minutes. We added some cilantro and green onion for garnish, and then you're done.
Okay, we'll continue with a bit more information about India and its culture.
So Mia, what's your favorite part of Indian culture?
Well, my favorite part is the outfits, as they capture the lively and elegant culture of India. As you can see, all of us are wearing some traditional Indian clothing, such as saris and langas.
For example, I have a tikka on, I have some traditional Indian earrings as well as an Indian chutney. Annika, what kind of festivals do you celebrate in India?
Well, there are many different traditions and festivals. Since India has many different parts, the place that you live will celebrate different things than in other regions. However, two widely celebrated festivals that are also my favorite are Diwali, which is the festival of lights, and Holi, which is the festival of color.
What are some of the things that people in India do to celebrate festivals?
Well, the traditions differ depending on which festival you're celebrating. For example, Diwali, people usually light lamps and get together to celebrate. But for the other festival called Holi, people get together on the streets of India and throw colored powder at each other to celebrate the arrival of spring and the triumph of good over evil.
Usually, people get dressed up and spend time with family and friends to celebrate the holidays, as well as visit a place of worship, which might be a temple or a gurdwara, to pay respect to the gods. Festivals are usually a time to spend with your loved ones and celebrate the good in the world.
People in India also love to dance as a way to celebrate and as a form of entertainment. There are many types of dances such as Gidda, Luddi, Bharatanatyam, and many more. However, the type we'll be showing you today is called Bhangra, and it includes fast-paced music and is very energetic.
So Keaton, what's one thing that you think people in Canada don't really know about India right now?
Well, lately, the Indian government has introduced a series of new laws that have affected millions of farmers across the country because the government has removed the minimum guaranteed price to sell their crops. This means that private investors can pay small farmers whatever they want for their product, even if it's not enough to live on.
This harms people in rural areas whose only source of income is the products that they use to sell to the government, but now their well-being is not regulated at all. What this means is that the government basically made it a lot easier for private businesses to exploit the farmers of India.
These laws have sparked protests all across India, ranging from the northern region of Punjab to South Tamil Nadu. Over 25 million people have made long journeys to fight for their livelihoods, but the government has still not made any changes and is now harming the protesters with heavy police presence and pro-government propaganda.
So how can the people listening help?
The most helpful thing that people can do right now is raise awareness and put pressure on our local and federal government to help the people in India. This is a humanitarian issue that really does affect us all, because so much of our food, even in Canada, comes from the people being affected by these laws.
Staying educated and raising awareness is key to helping these farmers who are the backbone of Indian culture and the country.
Thank you so much for listening, and we hope you have a wonderful
What a great presentation by Kushi and Annika, Mia, and Keaton Man. Now, as I advertised before, we'll be having our first draw for the prize. This is for the mini plushie prize from the 2018 Olympic Games. So, yeah, we'll be doing that draw. I just also like to point out that we are already at $285 donated and raised for this cause. So I'm really happy to see it. I hope you guys keep donating and keep getting those entries for a chance to win. Now, with that, I will pass it over to Ella Gidluck, who will be able to just tell you who won. So, Ella Gidluck. It appears she is not here. All right, I guess oh, she is texting me live. And the winner is Mark Jerry. Congratulations to you. We'll be giving you this first stuffed animal, and we will continue on with our next pavilion, which is Ukraine. This group, it begins with a dance performed by Anya Shian, and is followed by a introduction from Dr. Akilov, a song performed by him, as well as some bonus tongue twisters for you to practice your Ukrainian pronunciation. So, without further ado, here is the video.
Good evening, everyone. Ukrainian folk music is known in the world for richness in melodies, styles, and genres. At our wonderful multicultural night, inspired and organized by our so talented, so hardworking SRC, I will gladly sing one of the most popular Ukrainian folk song, Nese Галя воду. Дай води напиться, дешева хороша, дай хоч подивиться, дешева хороша, дай хоч подивиться. Очі ко-ко-ко-ко-ко, очі ко-ко-ко-ко-ко, очко ко-ко-ко-ко, вода ставочко, де топися, я була в садочку, прийде подивися, я була в садочку, прийде подивися. If you wish to master Ukrainian pronunciation, you may consider simple tongue twisters. In Ukrainian, tongue twister is just one word, skaramovka. Skaramovka, tongue twister. Here is one of them. Літав горобчик, сідав на стовпчик, з'являвся хлопчик, злітав горобчик. You can try it. Thank you.
Thank you to Anya and Dr. Akula for those excellent performances. And I mean, I don't think I'll be mastering my Ukrainian pronunciation anytime soon. I was trying to say those tongue twisters earlier and I was not having any luck. And I don't think I'll pain you guys by showing off my abilities there. Next up, we have the First Nations group performing showcasing some of their heritage. It features an interview with Kiona Julin and her parents Eugene Hamlin and Janine Julin. And followed by that, we'll have our prize 2 draw, which is one of the gift baskets. Just a reminder that if you'd like to donate, the link is in the description of the video, so that's where you can go to donate. And with that, enjoy the First Nations group's culture.
Where did you grow up?
Shortbread, Saskatchewan.
What was life amongst your grandparents and extended family?
It was living with my parents in LeBreton and near my grandparents. I used to help out with picking berries and fishing, hunting deer, and getting firewood for people and hauling water from up on the hill, from the well, and in the wintertime cutting ice out of the lake into blocks so people could put it in their cold storage to keep their meat and stuff cold during the winter months. And my mushroom worked with his horses lots, and helped out other people. And at one time I heard he had a chicken farm where he sold chickens to different people and stuff. And his musical instrument was the fiddle, and he played it lots. When I was a kid, he always used to try to get me to jig when I was young, like 4 or 5 years old, but I wasn't jigger then. Okay, my grandpa spoke many different indigenous languages throughout his life. He played along, he played guitar.
What are you most proud of when it comes to being an Indigenous Métis person?
My proudest moments lately have been renovation of the new office for the Métis Society and help out in these bad times of COVID with hamper deliveries and gift cards to people of the Métis Nation. There was annual Métis gatherings of Indigenous peoples in what is known as Batoche, north of Saskatoon, and it was held in the middle of July usually, where people would gather and into their Métis language and stuff, and there was competitions for jigging and fiddling, and they had other events for baseball, horseshoes, Klondike days, boxing in the earlier days, and stuff for everybody to get involved in.
What does being Indigenous mean to you?
Well, from a very early age, I was aware of my identity. I can remember as a very little girl, both being taught how to jig, and my grandma started me off dancing powwow, and that was a really big part of my life when I was little. My grandma was a fluent speaker of Cree and also Michif, and unfortunately, though, they didn't pass that on to their kids because of the indoctrinating against Indigenous languages. So my dad isn't a speaker, nor any of his siblings. But yeah, I grew up also around a lot of addictions and whatnot, and for me, being having that cultural identity to fall back on has really helped me. When I was a teenager, I was introduced to prayer, and was adopted and made family members that way. And so I quit doing drugs and alcohol because I'd done them at a young age. And so I've been sober all these years because of being taken in that way and learning about ceremony and prayer and building my prayer to try and have a good home to offer my own children, to break those intergenerational cycles. I've been fortunate. One of my dad's older brothers taught me a lot about our family history. We have both First Nations and Métis background. Before there was such a big division between Canada and the United States, we have family from both sides. So yeah, I've been fortunate that way to develop that sense of identity and embrace it. Kiana, as a young woman, how do you connect to culture?
Since I was about 4, I started powwow dancing, and I dance women's traditional. Since I was a young girl, I've also attended ceremonies, but it's a lifelong learning process, so I hope to learn throughout my entire life. And I also try to live a sober life and follow my foundation.
Kiana, I know that you'd like to pursue Indigenous midwifery to connect with your community. In addition to that, what are your hopes for the future as a young Indigenous woman?
Well, I hope for more young people to connect with the culture and land, and to continue that respect for elders, as they are our knowledge keepers, and our knowledge goes with them. And a lot of the ways that we practice were taken from us during residential school, and I'd like to see them brought back and continued for the next generations.
Kiana, what are some things that you hope to learn as you continue to grow and develop? Is there anything culturally or traditional skill that you'd like to pursue? Do you have any aspirations in terms of language?
Yes, I'd like to learn some of the language, and I'd like to participate in some of the ceremonies as I get older, and I'd also like to learn how to make like bannock from my mom and continue to bead.
Kiana, so far you shared that dancing Ladies Northern Traditional is a big part of your identity as a young First Nations woman. How do you feel when you dance?
Well, the drum is like a heartbeat, and it makes me feel strong inside and like nothing else matters. And I don't feel self-conscious or anything. I feel very confident in myself, and I hold myself high. and it's just a feeling I can't express.
Almost like this, your grandmothers are behind you, you know, your ancestors. Give you that sense of pride and that strength. Good stuff.
Thank you to Kiona and her family for giving us that wonderful video. Now, we will do our first draw for a prize basket based on donations. So if you haven't already, keep on donating so that you can get entered into the draw. We have already raised $350, and all of that money will be going towards charity, towards the Regina Open Door Society. So congratulations. Thank you to everyone who's donated already, and I hope to see more come in through as the night goes on. Now I'll be giving it to Ella Goodluck, who I believe has joined now, who will be able to do the draw for the third prize of the night, the gift basket. Ella, you can go on now. You're on. There's some stream delay here, so that's why it's taking her a bit long to respond. You're live, like right now.
So
you can go on now.
Prize. One is
You're on.
Dr. Julia Mitchell. There's a big leg. Is it still not working?
There's some stream delay here, so that's why it's... Oh, no, you can go. That's just the sound from your computer. You might want to mute the stream while you're speaking.
Okay, that was a challenge. So the next winner is Dr. Mitchell for the first prize basket.
Thank you, Ella. Thank you, Ella, for that. Now, congratulations to Dr. Mitchell for winning that first prize basket. As well, congratulations to Eden Antichow, a grade 12 from Luther, who won the first prize basket for donating during the Gene Day. And congratulations to Dr. Mark Jerry, who won the first stuffed animal. Now, we have the African Pavilion, the African group, performing the Africa Central News Show, which is hosted by Omatayo Adedun, I hope I said that right, and Dami Soyemi, featuring multiple interviews about the different cultures across Africa. And after that, we'll be having the Southeast Asia, and then we'll be having another draw for a prize. So get ready, keep donating, and get that total donation number up.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Africa Central. We're your hosts, Omatayo Adedun and Dami Soyemi. And we are here with people representing different cultures and customs from Africa. I'm here with Dami and we are doing Nigeria from the Yoruba tribe specifically. Dami, tell me what you're wearing today.
I am wearing a traditional Ankara set from Lagos, Nigeria that was traditionally made in Lagos. So,
that's nice, that's nice.
And I'm going to talk about our fellow instruments right here.
These are called shekeres, and we use them in churches when we want to dance and sing about everything like that. We're going to now welcome our weatherman, Timothy Sotomi. So, Timothy, tell us about the overall climate in Africa.
Yeah, so the overall climate in Africa is mostly, we have the 2 seasons. It's the wet season and the dry season. And the dry season is mostly in the summer and it's really hot and humid, but then in the wet season it's really way too hot. You have chilly sometimes.
Yeah.
And it's different than like Canada, because Canada has 4 seasons. Well,
And we don't really get snow in Africa either.
No, there's no snow. What's
snow? Thank you so much. Okay, we have our first guest here. Her name is Haneen. Thank you for joining us today, Hindi. So please tell me the name of your culture.
So I'm representing Sudanese culture today.
And what are some interesting foods from Sudan?
Well, there's fool, which is a very common food, which is made out of fava beans, and it is the most commonly eaten.
Oh, that sounds nice, doesn't it? Yeah, I'd like to taste that. So, like, tell me about the attire you normally wear in Sudan.
Well, women in Sudan generally wear something called a tobe, which is a long piece of cloth.
Thank you so much. Thank you for joining us today, Joanna, Rosemary, and Timothy. So tell me a bit about your culture. What is the name of your culture?
We're the Yoruba tribe from Nigeria, and it's more of the most known and popular tribe.
Okay, thank you. So what are some traditional foods that come from the Yoruba tribe?
Well, we have inyo, akara, we have amala, and most of this, the akara is made from beans, and you basically just grind them and put tomato and stuff like that. But like the other foods, they're majorly the things they're used to be made are mainly found in Africa.
Thank you very much. And those are our fellow people from the Yoruba tribe. Now we will welcome one of our special guests, Annika. Thank you, Annika, for joining us today. So tell me a bit about your culture and its name.
I'm from Benin, Nigeria.
Okay. And what are some cultural foods that are from Benin?
My favorite dish is probably eba. Okay. And we usually have it with a tomato-based stew.
Okay. My favorite dish is also eba.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really nice. It's really good. So tell us a bit about what you're wearing.
I'm wearing a traditional skirt because colorful patterns are really popular, as well as red beads are really popular for more like celebratory events.
Thank you. And now we welcome our fellow Igbo people also from Nigeria. Thank you for joining us today, Chelsea, Annie, and Christine. So Chelsea, please tell me about the name of your culture.
Well, we're from the Igbo tribe, which is the second most popular tribe in Nigeria.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, our population is like 42 million, and we're located in the southeastern side.
Okay. And what are some cultural foods that come from the Igbo tribe?
Well, we're really known for like our freshly produce, our soups, and our vegetables. So some of our most popular soups are probably efario, ola, and nasala.
Okay, interesting. And tell me about your attire. Let's start with you.
I'm wearing Ankara. It's mostly known in Yoruba and Igbo in Nigeria, and what Christine's wearing is mostly known like with Igbo women, like two rappers and stuff. Yeah, I know about it.
So basically, it's like two wrappers. So you like wrap it around and you tie it to the side, or you can even tie it at the back anywhere. So both on two sides.
Okay. And Chelsea, you tell us what you're wearing.
I'm wearing a Nigerian patterned shirt, and the material is dashiki.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Now we will welcome Lorado. Thank you for joining us today. So please tell me a bit about the name of your culture.
I am from the Akan tribe of Ghana. Akan tribe is comprised of a variety of different other tribes, and it's one of the largest tribes we have in Ghana.
Okay, and what are some unique traditional foods from your tribe?
Well, in Ghana, we enjoy eating cassava and fufu with light goat soup, but one of our most traditional plants and most famous is yam.
Oh, that's nice. Might I just add, you look stunning today. Absolutely stunning. Yeah. So tell me about the attire. Like, what do you normally wear in Ghana?
Well, today I am wearing a modern dress with the kaba fabric that was made in Accra in Ghana. But traditionally, most men and women tend to wear kind of like a toga style with the kente fabric, and that's what they typically wear.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for your time, Miranda.
Now we welcome Fortune and Princess.
Thank you guys for joining us today. So Princess, tell me a bit about the name of your culture.
So we're from the Zulu tribe of South Africa.
Now Fortune, please tell me a bit about your attire, what you're wearing.
Okay, so I'm wearing a kanga, and it's full of very vibrant colors, because us Zulu people believe that vibrant colors really bring out the goodness and meaning in life. And Princess is wearing...
I'm wearing a dashiki.
Okay, so in our culture, we call our parents a mama for mother and a baba for father.
And what about you, Fortune? Any nice traditions or customs you have?
Okay, so our religion is really nature-based, and we believe that our creator is called Nkululu, and we believe the universe started from like a little seed, and then it was planted into the earth, and it sprouted, so many various life forms were made.
That's really nice. That's really beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
Well, thank you for joining us today. Thank you. Now we welcome our last and final guest, Zoe. Thank you, Zoe, for joining us today. So tell me a bit about the name of your culture.
I'm Dominican. I'm from Dominica, and that's in the Caribbean, and I'm from African descent.
Okay, what are some cultural foods from Dominica?
Seafood is a big thing in Dominica.
I love seafood, don't you?
Yeah, lobster, fish, clams, everything you can eat. Get your hands on.
So tell me a bit about your attire, what you're wearing.
So this is traditional wear. You wear this on Independence Day, during Calypso. This is more for ages between 6 and 12. So yeah.
Okay, what are some unique traditions to you guys?
Calypso is a big thing in our culture where you go on the streets, you have huge festivals, everyone's wearing beautiful cultural wear. It's a very fun experience.
Wow, that sounds really fun.
Okay,
Well, thank you for joining us today. Thank you. And that's all the time we have today. Thank you for joining us at Africa Central. We're your hosts, Omataya Dagan and Dami Shoyami. See you next time. Bye.
Thank you to Dami and Omatayo for that wonderful video. And thank you to everyone else who was a part of the video and who shared their culture. Next up, we have Southeast Asia, which is a dance performed by multiple Luther students to the song Balam Pichkari. It is two separate recordings combined, beginning with the males and ending with the women's performance in order to comply with the COVID rules for performances. Just a reminder that after this, we will be doing our third draw, or fourth draw of the night, but third draw open to the public, and that will be for one of the prize baskets. So, without further ado, let's get into the Southeast Asia dance. Group for that performance. Now we will be doing the draw for the third. Sorry, that was not Africa. I apologize. My mistake. That was the Southeast Asia group with multiple students from Luther who performed the Balam Pichkari dance. Now we'll be doing our third draw with Ella Goodluck. So I'll now be sharing my screen to show Ella Goodluck, and she'll be doing the draw. You good to go, Ella?
So happy to see everyone who's donating. It's really great, and it's starting to slow down my computer. But if it's okay, Jacob, could we show one more video while I get this handled?
Yeah, for sure.
Thanks.
All right, we'll come back to her. Next up, we have Bangladesh with Pranami Chakma, Zareen Anana, and Prapti Das performing a Bengali dance. Just a reminder for those of you who are watching that you can donate by clicking the link in the description of the video, and more information about how many entries is worth how many dollars, that is also in the description of the video. So let's watch the Bengali dance.
বাসা কারা যে ডাকিল পিছে বসন্ত এসে গেছে মধুর অমৃত বাণী বেলা গেল সহজেই মরমে উঠিল বাজি বসন্ত এসে গেছে থাকতব ভুবনের ধুলি মাখা চরণে মাথা নত করে রব বসন্ত এসে গেছে বসন্ত এসে গেছে শ্যামলে স্বপনে কুহু কুহু শোনা যায় কোকিলের কুহুতান বসন্ত এসে গেছে বসন্ত এসে গেছে
Thank you to the Bengali group for that great performance. Now, I believe Ella Goodluck, our secretary. Just give me a thumbs up on Zoom if you're ready. All right, it appears we'll have to wait a few minutes for that one still. So after this, next up we have the China group performing a presentation on the history and evolution of the Chinese characters and this presentation is from the Language Exchange Club. It is presented by Harvey Wang. And just another note that after this we'll be having a Kahoot based on information from this presentation. So if you'd like to join that Kahoot and possibly win another prize, make sure to pay attention during this video and take in the information so that you can get those questions right. Now, Harvey Wang with the China presentation.
Hello everyone, I'm Harvey and today I'm going to talk about the evolution of Chinese character. So first of all, the basics. The Chinese characters were started with the oracles. And the oracles were developed into different styles roughly after 3,000 years. Well, it was unified into one style, the traditional style of writing at once in last hundreds of years. However, it is split into two major styles again in last century. So more details about the oracles. The oracles, aka oracle bones or oracle bones script, was formed in late Shang dynasty, and that is around 1,000 years BC. And these characters were used as divination or prophecies. So it is not for communication purposes at first. So the oracles were meant to show the meaning by the shape of the characters. And it is really important because it basically shaped how the Chinese characters look like. Because all different styles really derived from the oracles. For example, for the word human here, you have a person crawling forward a little bit, yep, like that. And for the word dog, they just draw a dog. For the horse, they draw the horse. For a deer, they draw a deer. And for an eye, guess what? They draw an eye, right? So let's talk about the evolution. So as I mentioned before, there are various styles of writing. And whatever style it is, the process of evolution is really about having a firm system or different rules of writing. And for the demonstration purposes, I'm just sorting out 4 styles here. So first one is the oracles, second one is seal script, third one is small seal script, and the fourth one is the traditional style. As you can see here, the trend of evolution is really about changing the shape. So specifically, it changes from, I don't know, more round-like to more square-like or rectangular-like characters. About modern Chinese. Modern Chinese, as I said before, is split into two major styles. And by major styles, I mean the styles that are used by the officials. For example, if you are doing the art things, you're more than welcome to practice any style you want of Chinese characters. For the traditional style, it is often used by people from Hong Kong, Macau, or Taiwan, while a simplified style is often used by people from China mainland. Well, people may ask, how you simplify Chinese characters? Well, you just simplify them. You reduce the short lines you have to write. Despite of the different styles, there are no fundamental differences among different styles of Chinese characters. And thank you for listening.
Thank you to Harvey Wang for that presentation on the history of characters. Now, before we get into the Kahoot based on that video that you were just shown, we have the winner for the prize package number 3. Just so that you guys know what you're going for, here is a... I will have to work on that for a moment. In just a moment. Oh, here we go. Here are the prizes that you are looking forward to. So we have the first prize, which was won by Eden Antichow in 12th grade. The 2 animals here on the right. The snowboarder, who was won by Dr. Mark Jerry for his donations. And now for this prize box, for those of you who donated, the winner is, drum roll please, Melissa Enz Delgado. Congratulations to you. Please, for those of you who have won so far, please message the Luther Instagram account, and you can win. Please message the Luther Instagram account, and you will be given your prize. Just another note for those of you who have entered but do not have Instagram, you can also email me at jacob.goodpipe@gmail.com, and I will also repeat that at the end of the live stream if you need me to repeat that. So for now, we will have our Kahoot, which I will give you in just a moment once I get this set up. Here we go. Not that one. All right, here we go. So you can join on your device. We ask that you... oh, and yes, it was also Dr. Mitchell who won one of the prize baskets. And yeah. So now you guys can enter the Kahoot on your phones. Oh, I need to reset this because I did not do this properly, because you obviously cannot enter the secret passcode. Now you guys must enter with your first and last name in order to be eligible to win. If you have an inappropriate name, we will not be giving it to you. So enter with your first and last name, and we'll be giving you the opportunity to win one of the prize baskets. We will just need a few minutes here because of the delay on the stream. I guess we'll go over what the total is at right now. I actually have not checked in a little while. So let's see here. $670. Wow, that is a lot. That is a ton of money. Thank you to everyone who is donating. Keep donating so that we can continue to get these donate money. Remember, please enter with your first and last name, and if you win, please take a screenshot of the win, and we will get that into you. We'll give this another 30 seconds here. Yeah. Remember, I will be kicking anyone who does not use their first and last name. Unfortunately, PogChamp, you cannot join the stream. Alright, so let's get into the... Oh. I've just realized that we cannot play this. Well, I've actually just realized an issue with this. You guys will not be able to see the questions in time to answer. That was an oversight on our part. We'll see how this first one turns out, but I'm guessing that none of you will be able to see this. Alright, well, we may have to put this on pause for now until we can figure out an alternative way of doing this. I'm really sorry about that, guys. I didn't think about the stream delay and how that would work. We will be giving those out as donations rather than for the Kahoots. Yeah, so if you want to be entered, we'll be doing just the donations instead of the Kahoots, and perhaps at another time we'll be showing these Kahoots that we have made. Now, I'll be presenting the Irish pavilion, who will be from Mark Heinrichs, who is performing the traditional Irish song, Danny Boy. So, let's watch the video.
The pipes are calling from glen to glen and down the mountainside. The summer's gone and all the flowers are dying. 'Tis you must go and I must bide. But coming back when summer's in the meadows, oh, when the valley's hushed and white with snow, 'tis I'll be there in sunshine or in shadows. Oh, Danny boy, oh, Danny boy, I love you so. And if you come and all the flowers are dying, and I am dead, as dead I well may be, you'll come and find the place where I am lying, and heal and save, and are they there for me? And I shall hear the soft you tread above me, and all my dreams will warm and sweeter be, if you'll not fail to tell me that you love me. I'll simply sleep in peace until you come to me.
One excellent performance by the SRC Vice President, Mark Heinrichs, who performed Danny Boy. Just a note on those Kahoots, for those of you who do attend Luther and who are in the school, we'll be redoing those Kahoots during a future chapel time. So look forward to that. Keep that information in your head, and we will get back to doing that another time, and we'll save those gift baskets for that occasion. Just a reminder for those of you who are just joining now that this is a charity stream for the Regina Open Door Society. We have raised, I think, over nearly $700 now. My counting is not up to point because I don't have it here posted with me, but keep donating and you'll have the opportunity to win a few prizes. Now we have a presentation from the Philippines group, from the Philippines, from Angela Delasante performing Pangako, which is a song by Filipino singer Regina Velasquez. Here is Angela Delasante.
Bakit ba may lungkot sa iyong mga mata? Ako kaya'y di nais makapiling sinta. Di mo papansin ako sa'yo'y may pagtingin. Sana ang tinig ko'y iyong dinggin. Ako na'yo'y hindi mapagkay, pagkat ang puso ko'y malulumbay. Sana ay pagkaingatan mo to at tandaan mo ang isang pangako. Pangako, hindi kita iiwan. Pangako, di ko pababayaan. Pangako, hindi ka na mag-iisa. Pangako, magmula ngayon'y tayong dalawa.
What a beautiful performance by Angela Delasante. Next up, we have, actually right now, we have another draw. For those of you who maybe just joined or weren't here before, we've already done 4 draws. One for the Jean Day. Winner was Eden and Chow. Also for donations, we had Dr. Mark Jerry, who won one of our stuffed animals. Dr. Mitchell, who won the prize basket number 2. And Melissa and Delgado, who won the prize basket number 3. Now we'll be giving away one of the big prizes. Yeah, so just for those of you who may have forgotten what prizes are still available, here is the prizes that we still have left. So we had Ian who won this one, Dr. Mitchell who won this one, Dr. Mark Jerry won the stuffed animal, Dr. Melissa and Salgado won this one, and now we'll be giving away this gift basket. It contains a $20 gift card, which was given to us by our sponsor, Dandy's Ice Cream. We'd like to thank them for that sponsorship. And it also contains a Starbucks gift card, I believe, and other candy. You really can't see just how much stuff is packed into this little box here. There's a ton of stuff for you guys to win. So now I'll be asking Ella Goodluck, the SRC secretary, to do the draw. And the winner is, drum roll please, even though it's just myself doing the drum roll, but either way, the winner is Olena Cheyenne. Olena Cheyenne, I hope I pronounced that right. Congratulations to you on winning that gift basket. We now have the last performance of the night going on. Just an update on the final, not final, but the current standings for our donations. We are currently at, just checking here for myself too, $705. Wow, that is insane. Thank you to everyone who's donating. Remember to click the link in the description of this live stream to continue donating. We still have a few gift baskets that we're still giving away. Enjoy the final presentation. The final presentation from Liam Exner, Veronica Rakow, Talia Knight, Lucy, and Frau Cornelia, who are introducing the German culture, as well as a musical performance of a German folk song.
Guten Abend, Freunde! Meet Team Germany! On the accordion, Liam Exner, Veronica Rakow, Talia Knight holding the big, heavy beer stein, Lucy Wright in her beautiful, fashionable dirndl,
and Frau Cornelia.
We would like to explain the significance of the special Trachten, which means the special dress of Germany. Lucy is wearing her dirndl, and I'm wearing my dirndl also. Liam is all decked out in a gorgeous hat.
This hat is a traditional Bavarian felt hat with the brush and the Edelweiss pin.
Dirndls come in all different patterns, colors, designs, styles, aprons. However, the apron is the most important thing on a dirndl. And Lucy will explain why it is so important.
So the apron has a significant meaning from where the sash is tied. In the front, it's none of your business really. But with Frau Cornelia, the sash is tied on the right, which means she is married. For the sash being tied on the left, it is for you're single, and for the sash on the back, it is for a child.
We're going to recite a poem called Deutschland Gedicht. Deutschland Gedicht is a poem about all the places in Germany, from the many cities to the flowing rivers to the high mountains. The final line of the poem says that Germany is the homeland for me.
Deutschland
liegt in Europa, das wusste schon mein Opa. Berlin, so heißt die Hauptstadt, ja, das ist uns allen sonnenklar. Als große Städte hier im Land sind Köln, Hamburg und München bekannt. Donau, Elbe und der Main sind große Flüsse wie der Rhein. Nord- und Ostsee kannst du sehen und im Wasser baden gehen. Das Wandern in den Alpenspitzen lässt uns im Sommer ganz schön schwitzen. Jede Menge toller Sachen kannst du hier im Lande machen. In Deutschland, ja, da wohne ich. Es ist das Heimatland für mich. Here's a little fun fact. Talia is holding what is called the Bierstein, or just a Stein. And again, there are many, many different kinds of them, from cheap to really expensive. This is a typical Bavarian Bierstein that you will see the servers pouring your beer into if you were to go to the Hofbräuhaus in Munich, in Bavaria, in Germany. Can you imagine that one of those servers carries 5 of those in one hand, and they are full with beer? So in 2 hands, they've got 10. Can you imagine that? I can barely lift that when it's full. It's heavy to lift. Imagine 5. There's a little fun fact.
We are going to perform a song for you. It is called Du Du. The song is a German folktale that sings about love and heartbreak.
Tschüss.
Tschüss. Auf Wiedersehen.
Thank you to everyone who helped in the performance, to Liam Exner, Veronica Rakow, Talia Knight, Lucy, and Frau Cornelia. Now we have the final draw of the night. That's right, we are giving out the $75 coffee gift basket. Here, as seen here, this picture doesn't really do it justice. It is quite massive and filled with all different kinds of coffees and teas, anything that your caffeine-loving heart could desire. So now, I believe the SRC secretary, Ella Goodluck, is about to send us a message. And the winner for the final gift basket is, drum roll, Merity Ball. Congratulations to Merity. Remember to send a message to the Luther SRC Instagram account to claim your prize. Thank you to everyone who has come out tonight. Unfortunately, we did have a Kahoot plan for the end, but we will have to show that at a later time. So this marks the end of our multicultural night. I'd just like to thank the film club who helped us with all the filming of the performances, everyone who performed and who helped put this together, the SRC and everyone who was a part of doing this, all the moderators in the chat, and all of you for coming to view this, as well as our sponsors, Dandy's Ice Cream, and all distributors Sask. All Sask distributors. Sorry, I messed that one up. But thank you to everyone for making this possible. With that, I wish you all a wonderful time. Oh, I should probably announce the final total for our donations. So the final total for our donations, well, this isn't the final total. If you still want to donate following the end of this program, feel free to, because the Regina Open Door Society is a wonderful cause. The final total is $715. Wow, that is awesome, guys. And we did all of that in just under an hour and a half. Thank you to everyone for doing this, and thank you to, thanks for watching. This is the end of the stream. Hope you have a wonderful night.